Yeah, final round. Fight. Alright. So if I remember right, yeah, like this is the wall, and then the arena is on this side. So, let's get stuck in, chat. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna be arming the nukes from the get-go. Oh, chat.
Return to us. There can be no more delay. Though I find the possibility proposed by
For science.
We didn't come here to talk.
Yeah. Take it down.
Your persistence is admirable, but
Where is
it
he?
is time to accept the path laid out before you,
No.
Commander. Return to
Nope.
us. You were once our greatest asset against this world.
You would think that these people would be easier to identify, considering how much time and effort I spent into customizing their appearances. There we go. Alright, here's what we do. Arm tactical nuke. Alright. Now, Dark Sarah, if you don't mind... Shit. I'm gonna have to cycle through everybody. There we go. Combat presence. To give him an extra move. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Okay, so it doesn't... So it works. We're gonna reload though, because I just wasted resources for no good reason. It does work, we're just not in a position where we really need to do that. Nah, it's fine, Crappy. I just wanted to see if it could be done. Now that we know that it can, I'm absolutely gonna do it. It's just, I want to make sure we get everybody in a position first. Alright. So, for whatever reason, Erst is also on this side. The game's being very lopsided about how it's distributing my people. I was hoping to have them a little more sparsely populated. Let's just... Can I not? I'm about to say... Okay, could we potentially do this? Throw out some disorientation? Maybe a rocket launcher? No real reason to do any of that, so let's just take some shots instead. We'll see about sanitizing the enemies first. I don't want general quarters, I want EW. Who has already taken some damage to their armor, but that's okay. Go ahead and give him the blaster bomb, EW. That is a spicy meatball. Oh, so the Avatar is gonna teleport every time we attack him. Well, unfortunately, my friend, you just teleported into, like, the worst possible spot. Also, I think you've teleported to the place that I don't understand. Like, he's literally in the planter box? I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Give him the big 50 cal energy, and you're gonna teleport again. This time up top. Alright, you're making this easy on me, buddy. Like...
Coming.
That's probably not the word that I would use. Only 49%. Coin flip to potentially kill the first avatar on turn 1. I'd make that deal. Damn good deal. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. All right. Yeah, let's just get in there. Let's just get in there. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. And then laughter for no good reason.
Already there.
I think I need to be a little more selective about who I move first. Because, like, my people are trying to run around each other. Since we're so tightly packed. Travis, I'm okay with you being on this side. Dark Sarah, why not? Go ahead and move in.
Time to go. Whatever you say.
Alright, we'll go ahead and put you on Overwatch. Actually, if you can take the shot, just take the shot. Shit.
You know
There we go.
that was good.
There we go. Let's just move up the commander's avatar. I'm not really going to use the commander's avatar because I don't want to risk them dying. Also, I'd rather leave the glory to the people who did all the fighting. Let's see. Ro, who never skips leg day. You go ahead and get in there.
Moving.
Get real deep in there. Oh, yeah. Cody, you still have a nuke? I'm gonna move you over to the right flank, because we got way too many people on the left. And I want to make sure that we get enough distribution of our manpower that if they start showing up on the right side, we'll actually have people over there to answer it.
In Ordnung.
Tribal Typhoon, and yes now, together
Already
again.
there.
Wouldn't have it any other way. The real power couple of this playthrough.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what they're gonna do. Okay, mutants.
Cover my flank.
And chrysalids, even better. But once again, it's a good thing that Ro never skips leg day. Because otherwise, he might be in a bad spot. Give me EW, who we will move up into a good position forward. And then let's see. I mean, as long as we don't roll low or get a miss or a dodge or any of that other bullshit, EW should be able to kill these things in one go. Outstanding.
No problem.
No problem, says the Frenchman. And that just gave combat rust to a bunch of people, which is outstanding. Been coping with my luck with the Templar hero since I had the highest compatibility. I mean, that's true, Wasteland. But to be fair, you also haven't been in XCOM for that long, so, like, I think it's okay if you didn't end up with anybody by the time it was over, because you got in real late in the campaign. So it's understandable. We don't judge you for being forever alone. You know what? We brought grenades for a reason. Toxic Wild Hog, the name is rooted in Slavic, so the correct way to pronounce it would be Maria, but you can just pronounce it however you like. I recommend that most people just call me Mary or Mari, whatever. Or you could say, hey tits, that works too. I've been called that more than a couple of times.
En route.
Erst literally has no line of sight to anything? Well, that simply won't do.
Overwatch.
Ro, my friend, please, if you would not mind, get over here so that we can torch some people. And he W gifting a sub to Toxic Wild Hog before Full gifting a sub to T-Gap. Toxic Wild Hog and T-Gap, welcome back to the Cult of Bad Tactical Decisions. Glad to have you both back in the cult and serving proudly. Let's see what Ro can do with just the fire. There we go. Got a lot of people picking up all these promotions and stuff, and it's like, wow. Does any of that really matter? It's the last mission.
Confirmed.
There once was a streamer named Maria, whose tactics in XCOM would tire ya. With strategy tight, she'd win every fight. Her skill set could never backfire. That is. I don't know how long you took to come up with that, Toxic Wild Hog, but I approve. I'll allow it. Outstanding rhyme work.
Oh, we scratched them.
Alright, general quarters. Okay, so you can get here and that will actually give you a shot at the chrysalids. So let's make that happen. Or not? For some reason? Okay, clearly I wasn't paying attention. Travis, then. Looks like you get to save General Quarters' ass.
No problem, boss.
Hot mechanic romance option for the win. Wait, which hot mechanic are we talking about? I'm confused. We have a hot mechanic? Or are you guys simping for Shen?
Yep.
Ooh, dice roll. I don't like that. Take the shot anyway. You got this, Dork Sarah. You love to see it.
It all happened so fast.
You love to see it. Where's this avatar?
Making a run.
Like, I know we gotta wait before they show up, but I'm just saying. Let's see. Wasteland Wanderer, you go ahead and take up a position in the center.
We don't have much time.
With Erst. Because we can use some more heavy firepower in that vicinity. And I'm gonna have Brewster do the same because that weapon is glorious in her hands. Croyd, you never really did accomplish any of the stuff that I hoped for you to accomplish, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna hang you back in case they bring in some robots on us.
Let's move already.
You know what? We could chaining jolt. Just to put some damage on that guy. Let me see. No carrion? I don't think... Oh, no. You can actually get a shot from there.
Heading out.
Make it happen. I know you can do it. It's a coin flip, but I know you got this. Okay, you don't got this.
Target's still up.
The important thing is that you tried.
If you say so.
I do, in fact, say so. If you would not mind going ahead and taking care of that last chrysalid for me, buddy. One less thing to worry about. Trust in the skill tree. That's pretty funny coming from you, buddy. That's pretty funny coming from you.
Got it covered.
Max. Just God bless America. I really hate those misclicks. Hopefully that doesn't end up getting Max killed.
Natürlich. Mir entgeht nichts.
Yeah, what Yasna said.
Got it covered.
Scanning.
Alright, what do we got?
We are overrun. Enemies coming in.
Avatar Codex Faceless. Good God. Talk about one of the most annoying combos of enemies that you could possibly throw at me. Holy shit. Of course. Of course. Set your fucking watch by it. Oh, they're gonna bring in some more guys behind it.
Kill yourself.
Just regular Vipers? That's easy enough. Okay, so, things that need to happen. Ro, if you would please kindly barbecue this son of a bitch.
Killing it with fire.
Now, who on the left flank has the nuke? Or did I do the dumb and put both nukes on the right side? I'm pretty sure I put both nukes on the right side. I did, in fact, put both nukes on the right side. Shit. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put our nuke man up here.
10-4.
Now, I need... Who has got... Who has got... I know it's Dark Sarah. Right, Dark Sarah and Crappy that have got the ability to give other people action points. Someone put Dark Sarah up here with our nuke man. And that's how we'll handle that business. In the meantime, Erst's buddy old pal, old friend.
Moving out.
Okay, you got decent shots all around. Could potentially put the hurt on you. Potentially put the hurt on you. What do we got? 95% on the Viper. You've only got a 70% chance to hit that Codex, but if you get a good hit, we could potentially get the kill. If not, you're still gonna make them split, so I'm gonna take that shot. Because a Codex is an exceptionally annoying enemy to have to deal with. Where did the other one go? Oh, it stayed there. Alright. That's workable. No carrion, my friend. Go ahead and get into cover over here, buddy, because we are going to be doing some snake kebabs here in just a second.
Firing incendiary.
I know I said I wasn't going to have the commander's avatar do anything, but in this case I might need to, because snakes are pretty annoying. Can I just null Lance? Can I just make you not exist anymore? That'd be good. There we go. Why are you guys making rhymes about my tits? Don't do that. Nah, that's fine. If you want to rhyme about my tits, I mean, go for it, I guess. Let me see. What do you got? From here you got decent shots at people.
On the move.
Might as well. Might as well. Faceless, Viper, Codex. I mean, I hate to... Oh, you know what, chat? No, we don't have a shot at the Avatar. If we had a shot at the Avatar, I was thinking about doing the Overload Core. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But take a shot at the Viper, because the Viper's the bigger threat. Like, a Faceless is not a huge threat as long as it doesn't get in close.
Destroyed.
Max. Go ahead and climb up high for me.
Let's go.
Because that elevation is going to give you an accuracy bonus, and I'm okay with that. Yes, now. I feel like almost the same thing, but now. I think for now we just keep our people in position where they are here because they're gonna spawn on this side soon. And I want to make sure that we're ready when they do.
I'm going.
Okay, there we go. Give me an Overwatch there. And then we got Crappy. I know that there is a third snake out here, right? No, we got all 3 snakes. There's 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead. Okay, so we're good, we're good. Then Crappy, you can actually move up and take shots at some of these other donkeys. We're still gonna get psionic bombed. Like, there's pretty much nothing I can do to stop that from happening.
You're dismissed.
Alright, that takes care of that. I guess I can move Wasteland Wanderer over here and put him on Overwatch if he doesn't have a shot. Oh, but he does. Nice. Take that shot.
He's down.
And then Buffalo. And again, I guess we can kind of get you into position, even if you're not going to be able to do a whole lot from here. And then we'll just throw on an Overwatch and let you do your Sentinel thing. Croyd, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot, unfortunately, without an auto pulsar. So I'm just going to have you combat scanner, I guess? Just so we've got eyes on the enemy. Got a little aim bonus on him. Oh, that's right, there was a second codex. I forgot about that. Well, too late now. We'll just have to see what happens. Oh, yeah.
It hit the plate.
Give it to him, Randy. Good lord. Just ruined his fucking day. Wait, what? I'm confused about what just happened.
At least we know where they are.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess that's one way to do it. So, the avatar goes to jump over a fence. Brewster takes a shot, chunks like 2/3 of his health. He then tries to mind control Brewster, who is then like, actually no, fuck you, resists the mind control, then takes a reaction shot and downs the avatar. Alright, here we go. Knew that was coming. Oh look, we made one of them panic because of the rage suit. Nice. That's actually pretty funny.
X-ray neutralized.
That's an oof. That is an oof. Man, you guys...
Shame.
Y'all are missing everything all of a sudden. Oh, well, you know what?
Target eliminated.
Okay. Oh, come on, guys. I mean, I guess just take the shot. One less mutant.
Hostile target down.
Wait. What? I mean, I guess we'll just continue to Overwatch on this side. Although, clearly, I need to rotate a little bit. Let's see. Thanosi is in a little bit of a bad spot because of the psionic bomb. That's okay, because what we can do is make a little jumpy poo up here. And I think that, I mean, that's gotta get us out of the range of the psionic bomb, right? Kinetic strike, 15 damage. If it hits, this motherfucker's dead. Make it hot, Thanosi.
Target eliminated.
There we go. XCOM. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
We will just continue to Overwatch on this side. I'm actually gonna say, I tell you what. Just arm the nuke. Just arm the nuke, it's fine. Because wherever this motherfucker pops up next turn,
Come get some.
that's where the nuke is going.
Great. Scanning a beat.
You have the run and gun action available, which doesn't allow me to move, but it does allow me to Overwatch. Crappy, you are currently affected by the psionic bomb, so please do get out of there before it goes off. And then give me a reload. Wasteland, I think you're in good shape, but
Heading over.
go ahead and jump over here real quick, and hopefully, yeah, you don't have a shot, but that's okay.
Sneak up on me.
Brewster, same deal. Actually, you know what? Can I get... Yeah, we can get up here. Nice. I can get up here without having to really spend too much mobility. And then we will once again just let Brewster do their Overwatch thing, because they're damn good at it. We'll just back
Let's
out.
do this.
Give me a reload,
Good to go.
please. Why I went for return fire and Overwatch, delicious cheese. Yeah, it's basically just reaction fire on everything. Tell you what, let's do this.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get no carrying up a little bit closer so that if anything spawns out of this gate, we can then just immediately take a shot at him. Erst, you're in good shape. Give me an Overwatch. Ro, you are not in a good place at the moment. So do please use those lovely, lovely legs of yours to get the fuck out of Dodge. And then, yeah, we're good.
I'm on it.
Alright, let's see. Is the Nosy gonna get got by the psionic bomb?
You want to take on me?
There's the Avatar. Already taking shots at the Avatar. Are we gonna kill this dude with Overwatch fire before we even get to use the nuke? Because I'm gonna be very disappointed if that turns out to be the case. Okay, you're teleporting because you got hit.
Help!
Are you kidding me? Okay. Chat, let's see if we can end this in style, shall we?
Won't even know what hit them.
How about 47 damage? You think that's a fittingly theatric end?
Without the Elder stabilizing the psionic network, everything's going haywire. That gate's not gonna hold much longer.
You heard her. Move!
Shen, tell me you've got a plan B here.
Nice work.
Wasn't anything on my end. This shouldn't even be possible. Unless...
Commander, whatever it is you're doing, it's working. Just make sure you save enough juice for your own trip home. Commander, you okay? We just lost contact. What next?
We finally come in from the cold.
Brothers and sisters, welcome home.
With the psionic network down, the core is even stronger.
Gather everyone. Our time is short. We won but a battle. Now the real war begins.
There we go, chat. There you have it. There's the XCOM 2 campaign. lightly modded, of course. But yeah, there we go. We finished the campaign the only way that this company knows how, which is with the biggest boom that we have in the arsenal. So veteran difficulty, let's see, we finished January 31st, 2036. Let's see. We won 57 missions out of 58 on the map. Or, I don't know what the world is. I don't know what that is. Anyway, we won 57 missions. We lost 3. We only got 7 flawless. Oh, I see. That's like world statistics. Got it. That's like averages. Killed over 1,000 Alamals. That's a lot of dead aliens. Soldiers lost 18. That's not right. So, I think it's counting all of the, like, the advent troopers and the mind-controlled enemies and stuff like that. I think it's counting them as soldiers lost. Because we definitely didn't lose 18 soldiers. Successful shot percentage, 93 over 88%. Average turns left on mission timers. Yeah, we were cutting it a little closer than the average. Let's see, what else do we got? There we go. Killed all 3 chosen. Took us a little bit longer than average to get to the first kill. Kills by faction heroes, 35 versus 175. Well, that's impressive considering we didn't really use faction heroes at all, unless we were forced to. Global ability points earned. Holy shit, chat. 3,923. That's a few. Covert actions completed, 58. Number of level 3 soldier bonds, 3 over the world average of 2. I definitely wanted to get more of those bonds to level 3, we just didn't have the time. Number of breakthroughs researched, 9 to the world's 13. Let's see, soldiers who saw action, 45. That sounds about right. Days to first colonel was 184, so we were behind the curve. Total days wounded. Oof. 314. Now keep in mind, this is modded stats versus base game stats, right? Promotions earned 137, 12 colonels, which is max ranks people. Psionic soldiers trained, I mean, technically we trained like 2. We had no Templars make it to max level, well, without cheating anyway. Hack rewards earned, we were still a little bit behind the curve, but we got more robots hacked. On par with the number of scientists and engineers. 50 days to magnetic weapons, but 210 to beam weapons. So we were right where we needed to be on magnetic weapons, but remember, chat, when I was telling you before, like, the game kind of has a difficulty curve and we were starting to fall behind. That's where you can see that, because we were way behind on beam weapons and way behind on powered armor, but we were actually a little bit ahead on magnetic weapons and plated armor. So for that first tier upgrade to the tier 2 upgrade, we were actually ahead of the curve, but we were way behind on the tier 3 stuff. 9 relays built. That's the bare minimum to get all of the extra stuff. We sabotaged every facility we could. Wait, what? Supplies collected from supply depots. Apparently the world average is a negative number. It's apparently a lot of people just really screwed the pooch on supply depots. Because we made an average of 6,500 supplies, or that's the total that we got from supply depots, but the world managed to not get any. Same with the black market, where we apparently gained supplies from the black market, but the world lost. I feel like these stats aren't entirely accurate. because I don't think that we collected 1,400 intel. That's not right. And we certainly didn't pay 535 to the black market, so maybe those numbers are a little skewed. Maybe they're a little skewed. But even so, there you go, chat. That's XCOM 2, which, I mean, aside from some hiccups in the early game where we had a couple of bugs with some of the missions, that is, at least as far as the story goes, that's a pretty good rendition of XCOM 2. If you're curious about the story and everything, like, we didn't do some of the optional DLC stuff, but that's the narrative crux of XCOM 2. So if you never saw the game, if you've never played the game before, hopefully you enjoyed getting a chance to watch through the campaign. Obviously, we modded this game to hell, so maybe the minute-to-minute gameplay experience isn't exactly the same, but the storyline is. Again, I love XCOM 2. Played the shit out of it. Had a lot of fun with this campaign as well. Again, we've put over 100 hours into this campaign, and I'm glad that we're done, but I'm also glad that we did it. Like, I'm glad that things worked out well, and that we didn't have a tragedy right there at the end. So glad that you guys could come along with me on this journey to defeat the Amalgamation. Glad that you guys enjoyed the playthrough, and so many of you got to actually be in the game. And don't worry. I will go back and we will look at the memorial wall. We'll do a brief review of the folks who ended up on the memorial wall as well. Because the game doesn't give you an opportunity to review that before you go on to the final mission. You kind of just have to do it on your own. We gotta recognize the folks who fell in battle.
Never surrender.
In battle against the Amalgamation. So, first and foremost, we gotta recognize Megas, who was the very first to die, unfortunately. Technically says he went on 2 missions, but he did not survive the second. He kind of got caught out. You know, we were trying to cross an open field. There wasn't a lot of cover, and a pod came out of nowhere, and sadly, because Megas was a tank hunter, which is a sniper type class, he was not really able to get to cover in time. He just didn't have the mobility, and didn't have the dodge, didn't have the defensive stats to be under fire. And sadly, he bit the bullet. He bit the big one. He was the first one to go on the wall, and even though he didn't have much of a chance to contribute to XCOM's fight against Amalgamation, we'll still remember his service. Because here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you go to battle and die your first fight, and you never even if you never even make sight with the enemy. The fact that you were willing to stand up, that you were willing to make the sacrifice, is the most important part. It doesn't matter how many people you kill. It doesn't matter how many aliens you kill. What matters is that Megas was willing to put on the body condom and to go out and fight. So thanks to Megas. Even if his star did not burn for very long, we know that it burned brightly. Then we got Friendaid. Friendaid was the second one to end up on the wall. Friendaid and his bright green body condom. Unfortunately, he kind of got caught out, you know? We were in the middle of an op, and the enemy destroyed his cover, and unfortunately they took him out after that. He never even really got a chance to do anything. He pretty much... He got gunned down in the open, and it was a shitty way to go, but there wasn't anything we could do about it. We had a Berserker King rampaging around the mission. We had codexes jumping all over the place. It was chaos. And unfortunately, Friend Aid did not make it out, and I was not happy about it. But like I said, there also wasn't a whole lot we could do. We certainly tried, but there wasn't a whole lot to be done. So thanks to Friend Aid, was a gunner, did some damage, got some kills. I mean, he did 201 damage, survived 13 attacks. Like he was out there. He was putting in that work. I wouldn't say he had a long career, but he certainly had an illustrious one. Then we got Ajax. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. Ajax and Crew Card both. Ajax and Crew Card both are probably the saddest people on the memorial wall, because they had to go out as essentially rookies. I mean, yeah, they were tech sergeant and sergeant, but like they didn't really have much of anything to go with them. We had to defend the Avenger. The Chosen Assassin? Yeah, it was the Chosen Assassin. Had basically brought down the Avenger, and we had to do the Avenger defense mission, and it was bad. It was bad. Like, I think there were more enemies on that Avenger defense mission than there were in the final mission. Like, there were a shitload of enemies. And unfortunately, we kind of had to defend the Avenger with the people that we had. And they weren't necessarily the best fit for the job, but once again, they stepped up. They stepped up, and unfortunately, as a result, ended up not coming home. They gave it their all, but sadly, the numbers were just too high. Crew Card ended up getting gunned down by getting shot in the back in a house. He was trying to defend, trying to hold a flank, and they got in behind him, and he got gunned down in a bedroom of an old house. And Ajax died in a riverbed, trying to take out one of the APCs. So they both gave their lives for a worthy cause. Ajax especially was bad because we had to sit there and watch him bleed out. We didn't have any med kits. We couldn't get to him because it was on open ground and there was no cover. And so that one really got to me because we basically just had to sit there and watch him bleed out. There was nothing we could do. Because we didn't have the med kits that we needed to stabilize him. And we weren't able to finish the mission before they bled out. So those hurt. Those hurt. Again, I'm on the wall as well, mostly because I'm an idiot. There was a person, and I forget who it was. There was a person that I was counting on. It was Ven. It was Ven. I was counting on Ven to take out a sectopod because I was trying to help somebody else not get shot at. And Ven missed his shot. And unfortunately, the sectopod that he was supposed to kill ended up killing me instead. But me standing in the open meant that I got shot instead of the other person. And so that person got to come home because I was willing to take a hit. So I regret nothing. I regret nothing because it meant that everybody else got to come home. And that's all that matters, at least as far as I'm concerned. Tribe Typhoon says, time to go tonight, folks. Well, good to see you. Thanks for dropping by, Typhoon. Thanks for the raid as well at the beginning of the stream. And hopefully you have sweet dreams and an outstanding rest of your weekend. And then last but not least, we got Track Tension up on the wall. Again, spent a lot of days on the Avenger, went on quite a few ops. Went on 6 missions and was one of the, they call it the Shadow class, which is basically the Reaper Light, the Diet Reaper class. And he was doing all right. He was working his way up the ranks. He was building up a pretty good skill tree. And then we ended up on a mission with 2 sectopods. And he was on a roof. We killed a sectopod, and that one, blowing up, destroyed a wall that then revealed another sectopod. At this point, Track Tension was already down and bleeding out. We were trying to get to him. But then the second The second sectopod walked through the building that he was standing on, and he ended up falling to the ground, and the damage killed him. And it was not fun. I was not happy because the game kind of screwed us on that one. Like, I was trying to get to him, but then the game was just like, and then the roof is gone, and now he's dead. So yeah, he did some good work. He went on some good ops, but random chance and a sectopod is all it takes to put an end to your run. So sad to see him go. Sad to see him all go. Would have been better if we could have beat the game without losing anybody, but you know, sometimes you can't fight a war without losing people, and this was one of those situations where we tried to bring everybody home, but it didn't always work out that way. So, you know, thankfully there weren't more names on the wall. There were certainly more than I would have liked, but at least there weren't more. So, again, salutes in the chat to the honored dead. They gave their lives for the cause. For this day, for today. Because today the Amalgamation menace has been defeated, and it's thanks in part to the brave sacrifice of the folks on this wall. So, we'll peer out some Ecto and Moonshine for them. And hopefully we'll see him again in another life, in another timeline. Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, Gray Figure. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it was like a tour de force in terms of narrative storytelling. But at the same time, I would also argue, was that really necessary? Like, the original XCOM wasn't exactly a narrative masterpiece either. This game put the effort where it mattered. It made solid gameplay decisions. It gave you all the right options, all the right dials and knobs in all the right places, so that you could have fun with the game, so that you could customize the game and all that. But yeah, like, the story is not why people play XCOM. I mean, it's not why I play XCOM. So yeah, I mean, could they have made a better story for XCOM and XCOM 2? Yeah, I'm sure they could. But I'm happy that they spent their time and their energy on the parts that mattered. Now do an evil run? How exactly do you do an evil run in XCOM? I'm curious. Is there a mod that like flips the sides so we can play as the aliens? Play as the alien oppressors and kill XCOM? I mean, I've said many times before, the video game industry has done a piss poor job of servicing the people who want to play as villains. And I've said before, not like angsty anti-heroes and shit. I mean like proper mustache-twirling villainy. Like burning down orphanages and kicking puppies and laughing about it while you do. Like, there are not enough games that let you really be an evil bastard if you want to be. Watched an end mission where the pods weren't taken care of immediately and they were starting to get swamped. Yeah, that's one of those things where... So, for those of you that don't know, the reason that the mod exists to give you this huge thing is, one, for people like me, like content creators, who, you know, put their people in the game and want to be able to have a lot of people go on the final mission. But the other reason it exists is because with just 6 people, that last mission can really be a slog. Can really, really be a slog. Because you just don't have enough people to cover every angle. Even at the end game, with all your abilities and everything. T-Gap says, burning down orphanages and kicking puppies, wasn't that the Mech Warrior run? I mean, I said before, T-Gap, I don't mind committing war crimes. The only time that I had a problem with it was when people lied to me about it. When they're like, oh, go and destroy this facility, it's run by the most evil people that have ever existed. Just so, like, go over there and blow it all up, and then you get there and they're like, oh my god, this is an orphanage, what are you doing? Why are you killing all these children? And it's like, listen, I was supposed to be here to destroy some covert facility run by evil dastards. And then I get here and find out it's an orphanage. Like, if you had just told me from the start, I want you to go burn down this orphanage, I would have been like, okay, that's fine, but obviously the price is gonna reflect that. So, like, that's the thing, it's like, if you want me to commit war crime, I'm okay with it. It's just, the pay has to match the job. And so many people, especially the bad guys, have this really bad habit of not telling you that they want you to commit war crimes because they think you'll either have a moral objection to it, or they're afraid that if they told you that they wanted you to commit war crimes, that you would ask for more money. I definitely fall in the latter camp. Like, you want an orphanage burned down, like, point me in that direction and give me some gel for my Flammenwerfer, and I'll burn your orphanage down. Just, you know, I gotta get paid. Don't get me wrong, you can still have morals if you're a mercenary, but it certainly cuts into the profit margin if that's how you choose to live your life. Exactly. See, Vex gets it. Don't do things you're good at for free. And if you're providing a niche service, like war crimes for hire, I mean, you know, not everybody's willing to do that. You can go evil Mad Queen run in CK3. I have had more than my fair share of demonic possessed evil playthroughs in Crusader Kings. Not so much in 3, mostly in 2. Honestly, I own base game Crusader Kings 3, and I played it a little bit at launch. But I didn't really like it. I didn't really care for Crusader Kings 3, especially after coming off the back of CK2. That had like all these interesting mechanics and stuff, and so I was like, you know, I'll give CK3 some years, and then maybe when it's got some decent DLC and some decent features, I'll go back and play it, but I haven't actually played that much CK3. TGAP says, oh yes, and don't, oh, the Russian guy. So, and listen, I'm not, if the guy's still in chat, yeah, and definitely strikes me as English not being his first or even second language. And I'm not calling that guy out specifically, if he's still in the chat. But he reminded me about, like, I have gotten a lot of messages over my year plus of streaming. And Einhander2K6 coming into the chat with 300 Bezos bucks. Thank you for the Bezos bucks, Einhander. No message to go with those bucks, but I appreciate it all the same. Thank you for those Bezos bucks. You do not have to do that, but I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And welcome to the stream as well. I'm not sure how long you've been in here, but thank you for coming by and hanging out with us. You caught us right at the end of the XCOM 2 campaign. CK3 right now is undercooked compared to the fully developed CK2. I agree. And that's what I was afraid of when CK3 was announced, is I was like, oh great, now we're gonna do the Sims thing. We're gonna backpedal. We're gonna get rid of a bunch of features. They're gonna get rid of all the stuff that made CK2 good, and then they're gonna start over from scratch and try to sell all the same features to us again. And that's pretty much what they've been doing with CK3. Is basically just rehashing the same DLCs that they did for CK2. And it's like, I don't need a DLC to play Arabic Realms, we already had that in 2. I don't need a DLC to play Merchant Princes, we already had that in 2. I don't need a DLC to be able to create my own religion, we already had that in 2. Like, you're trying to sell me features that you already sold me in the previous game. And it's very much a sim situation. But anyway, so the Russian guy. And again, like I said, I'm not calling that guy out specifically, and I'm not trying to make light of what he said. But I have gotten a lot of messages over my time streaming from people like that are like offended or that are made uncomfortable by the fact that like I speak the way that I do and that I use a lot of foul language. Like, again, I cuss like a sailor. I was raised in a military family. Like, to me, cussing is second nature. I just do it. And a lot of times I don't even think about it. Like, I have to make a conscious effort to not cuss casually all the time. And so, like, it's always amusing to me when people, like, get bent out of shape about that. And the most common comment that I get is, oh, you know, a woman shouldn't talk like that. And I'm like, based on what criteria? Like, what, who says that women shouldn't talk like that? You know, that's my whole thing, is like, who the fuck are you to tell me how I should talk? And more importantly, what the hell does that have to do with whether my plumbing's on the inside or the outside? And I know what it is. Like, I asked the question rhetorically, but I know the answer. And the answer is antiquated ideas of gender roles and how a woman, quote-unquote, should act. And I'm just like, again, no offense, but get over yourself. Stop clutching your pearls. It's fine. It's the 21st century. Like, occasionally you're gonna find women like me, especially in the South, that cuss like sailors and are very boyish in their interests and don't give a shit what other people think, because that's how I've lived my life. That's how I've lived my entire life, and I have no regrets. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, oh gee, I wish I looked better in a dress. Oh gee, I wish that I could walk better in high heels. Like, I mean, not that I have those problems. I hate heels, but I can walk. But you get what I mean. Like, it's like, I'm not sitting here wishing that I was someone else or something else. Like, I'm just me. And I've said many, many times before, like, if you don't like me, you don't have to be here. I thank every single one of you for spending your time in this chat, because I fully acknowledge the fact that you don't have to be here. You don't have to spend time with me. You don't have to spend time in this community. And I assume that if you are here and that you want to spend time with this community, that you're okay with who I am and how I act. And if you're not, then why are you here? Like, that is the question that I would ask anybody. Like, if your first comment, if the very first thing that you ever have to say to me is, you shouldn't talk like that, or you should do this, or you should do that, or you shouldn't act this way. Like, if that's the first fucking thing that comes to your mind when you come to my stream, then clearly we are not gonna get along. Because if your first instinct is to immediately criticize who I am and what I'm doing, bye, Felicia. Like, I don't want people here that don't like me. Like, if you don't like me, don't be here. If you don't like what I have to say, don't be here. If you don't like the way I talk, don't be here. Like, nobody is forcing you at gunpoint to watch my stream. So, if you don't like who I am, if you don't like what I am, there's literally over 1 million other people streaming on the Twitch platform. You can find someone else that meets whatever psychological needs that you have when it comes to your content provider. So I kind of get a little bit out of shape about that, because like I don't like the people that come at me and immediately are just like, I don't like the way that you are XYZ, you should be something else instead. And it's like, you should get fucking bent. Because I'm not gonna change who I am to make somebody else happy. That's not how I was raised, that's not who I am, and I would never ask anybody else to do that either. Like, I would never ask anybody else to change a fundamental part of who they are to make me happy. Because if that's the case, then clearly we are not meant for each other. Anyway, enough of my ranting. And that is XCOM 2. Boss died and Lead Lust, what an operation name. I mean, again, the op names were on point. Look, I am never gonna forget Big Ol' Sack of God. Like, I don't know what divine providence led to that op name, but it was beautiful. But yeah, like I said, that's XCOM 2, chat. That is a campaign complete. Now we are already almost 8.5 hours, well, into the stream. So we have played for quite a bit longer than I typically do. But I also wanted to make sure that we finished up today. You guys wanted to finish the campaign today, and we were close. So we finished it up, and so with that said, I think we should head back to the office, chat. What do you say? So now that the XCOM 2 series is done, we will, on the next stream, be moving on to the next game. And no, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll just have to come and find out. Yeah, ending on a nuke. That was the last shot in the game. We took the nuke and we blasted the avatar. And it was powerful, as it should be. So, but yeah, next stream we will be starting something new. And again, I don't know if it's going to be good for everybody. I am looking forward to it. I bet Dan Pay will be. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, that's assuming that you guys get paid at all. I'm pretty sure the XCOM folks don't get paid. If they do, they get paid in Advent burgers. But we're gonna start something new next time. Again, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I want it to be a surprise. But I highly encourage you to show up for it. Again, it will probably be a little bit of a shorter game. When I say shorter, I mean obviously relatively speaking. On average, most people have said that the game itself is between 20 and 40 hours, depending on how much time you want to put into it. So, would that be in the case? Yeah, I mean, I can see us getting probably 3 or 4 streams out of it, maybe more, depending on how long those streams go. So, there'll definitely be some content for the next little bit, but then, of course, like I said, I'm already looking to what comes after that, because I always got to make sure that I got something else in the pipeline, so definitely come by next week, next Saturday, and check out what we're going to be playing next time. Like I said, I think you guys will enjoy it. If you're longtime fans of the channel, I'm sure you will enjoy it. And I'm going to be, like I said before, it's going to be my first playthrough of the game in question. I have played games like it, and I have seen the game itself played, so I am familiar with it. But it will be my very first time actually playing the game, so hopefully it will be a good experience. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But I do hope that you guys will come and hang out with me and join me for that next week, and hopefully you look forward to that. With that being said, chat, I think it's time. I think it's time because my stomach is rumbling. I think it is time that we start the music and bring the stream to a close, and I will let you guys get back to what's left of your Saturday and weekend as well. Space Trucker, can I confirm or deny? So I want to thank you guys for coming to hang out with me on a Saturday. The world is a roller coaster of challenges, and we don't all have a lot of time on this planet. So I appreciate you choosing to come and spend some time here with me and this community. Again, there's a million things you could have been doing, a million places you could have been, but you chose to spend that time here with us, and I do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Whether you were here for 5 minutes or 5 hours, every single one of those minutes is precious. And again, you didn't have to be here, and you chose to be here regardless, and I appreciate you for it. Thank you for that time. I will cherish it. And of course, here at the end, I want to remind you, like I always do, that your life has value, and that the world is a better place with you in it. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'll see you next time.